Hello. I have been neglecting my plants, but today we are going to be doing Cozy Plant Maintenance Day, restoring my plants to full health and keeping them from death. I'm gonna have fun with this. I'm in my cozy pajamas. I got my coffee, and we're gonna have a good day today. So I'm gonna start with some of my plants that have been terribly neglected. I need to make sure they don't have any pests because I feel like pests just love plants that aren't doing well. So luckily for this one, I think the only thing that saved it from death, so it had like a little bit of water in it, and you can just see like the roots. We're gonna cut off all of the dead leaves and return it to a state that doesn't look like it's dead. It feels good. I honestly have been neglecting making this video because, I don't know, I just knew it was a big task and kind of overwhelming to kind of rehab all of your plants. It'll be good. I'll be so happy once I'm done. Which is kind of funny because it's like I've been neglecting my plants and then I neglect, taking care of them. It's kind of daunting and it's kind of like somewhat sad. Because like these plants could have looked better than they do now, but you're the reason why they don't. But today we are going to start new and take care of my plants. And hopefully, they'll survive. This is a neon pothos snow queen. I'll show you it after I fix it up a little bit. She was really pretty. She was probably my prettiest pothos I had, but she never grew very long, honestly. I just kept propagating her, which was fine. I need to make sure that there's no pests. I'm probably gonna spray it down with this very diluted isopropyl alcohol. I want to use as minimal pesticides as possible because I live in a small apartment. So I'm going to be using this, and then obviously when I see a specific pest that I know, I'll treat for it. So something that I recently did is I recently started using beneficial insects, which is so new to me and kind of daunting if you've never used them. But they've worked so well. I kind of can't believe it. I had a little bit of a spider mite problem, and I tried. The thing is, my go-to pesticide before was systemic granulites, and then I got a bunch of spider mites, and I was like, oh no, what do I do? And the home remedy, I guess, is washing them every day and then spraying diluted isopropyl alcohol on them. But to do that with all of my plants and to wash all of my leaves, I knew I was never going to be able to get rid of them. So I turned to trying beneficial bugs, and it's been amazing. I used to have to, it would just take me hours every day. That's not something realistic for me, and I knew they would come back. So hopefully this works. I will try to keep you posted in future videos if it does, but this is my newly reformed neon snow queen. She's so pretty! She's little, but she's pretty. I might have to propagate it eventually to kind of fill it out a bit. Look at her! She's beautiful again. She already looks so much better than she did before. Yeah, that's pretty cool. She's very dry, like very, very dry. She is complete. I'm gonna water her and return her to her spot. I'm excited about this. I'm almost thinking about temporarily moving it to another location just so I can get a little bit more sunlight. Now for the water, I'm gonna add a little bit more water than she needs because it'll go to the bottom where I have leca. It can serve as a backup plan to my plant neglect. Already looks so much better, and I feel so much better about this. Moving on. That was probably the worst plant I had. I stand corrected. This is the worst plant I have. So this was a pothos plant. I had it up on a tall shelf, and my problem with tall shelves is that I always never want to go up and water them because I have to climb on my couch. So you see this shelf up here? That shelf is the shelf that I always neglect because I have to stand on my couch and then hold my hand up all the way to water it, and then sometimes the water doesn't hit the pot because I can't see it, or it goes off the leaf, and then it's just always problematic to water. So I always neglect those plants, which I don't know. It's just how it is. That's what happens. So that's what this plant is. This was a pothos at one point. I'm gonna get rid of this. I could probably save it, but it'd just be so much more work than to repropagate and restart. And that's the beauty of plants. You can get rid of them. I think originally this was a propagation, so I don't feel too bad about that. This is also a neon snow queen pothos. I don't know if you can see, but she's not looking well. That's a sad plant. That's a sad plant. I really wanted my whole wall, all of the pothos, to kind of like run down my wall, and I thought that'd be so pretty. I actually got a philodendron mican to do that too, but turns out I'm allergic to philodendron. My skin breaks out. It's pretty much a pothos wall. If you have any suggestions of really good trailing plants, I would love to hear it, because I would like to diversify a bit, but the pothos, still enjoying the pothos. But this one is not enjoying my company. And I think I'm gonna combine my snow queen pothos, because, I don't know, they both look a little sad. Maybe they would be happier together. I have a lot of plants to maintain constantly, and I pretty regularly neglect my plants to the point where I could do this video, just what happens with plants, honestly. So if you would like to see more videos like this, please let me know, or please let me know anything you would like to see in the comments below. If I sound a little bit congested, it's because I am. I recently have gotten over a cold, and that's also contributed to my plant neglect. So thank you for understanding. I might just kind of put a plant in. Add some extra, just add these in. Might water it a little bit more, just make sure it takes in the water. I think I'm gonna have this side kind of come down my shelves, so maybe I can plant quite a few on this side. The thing is with my shelves, first of all, I have low light, and then my whole apartment is north facing, so I only get north facing light, which is already low. And then my shelf is like 8-9 feet back there. So these plants are thriving considering their conditions. I'm so proud of them. I don't really have grow lights. I can't really think of like a good way that I could use grow lights in that area, but the pothos that have made it halfway down the wall have been doing good. I think because they get more light on the wall than they do on the top. Look at this, it looks so much more full. Maybe I'll keep it in the same pot, but I'm kind of tempted to put it on this shelf back here because it needs to grow a little bit before. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it on my table to kind of rehab it a bit. And then after that, I think I'm going to put it back on my shelf once it grows out a bit. You can see this pothos right here. It's doing amazing. It's climbing a moss pole. This is like one of my first moss poles. I have a lot of plants I'm excited to show you. I kind of want to do a walkthrough video in between my plant tours because some of the plants are just so pretty. Look at this. This is angel wing begonia looking glass. I don't know if you've seen one of my first begonia videos, but she looked rough. She looked so bad, but I kind of just left her alone for a little and let her grow, and she is like stunning now. One of my favorite begonias. It's kind of cool how that works out. We'll move on to the next plant. I think I'm gonna go with this one. So this is a syngonium campaign reigns. I actually got this at PlantCon for free. This was one of the display plants, and at the end for the vendors, they allowed people to take 2 plants home with some really pretty big plants. Mainly all common plants, but I had to find something I could fit in my suitcase, so I chose this one. So I can remember what it is because I will forget, trust me. I'm just cutting off all the dead leaves or the yellow leaves. You can see it's not doing very good right now. I have changed my syngoniums. I was not expecting this, but I have to tell you about this. I got syngoniums a while ago. When I went through the whole spidermite thing, I just changed them to water so I could just completely take off all the soil and just wash them and clean them, and I've switched them to water, and they've been growing so nicely and been so easy maintenance. These have been problematic for pests specifically, so I am going to spray them down. Spray, spray, spray. I'm gonna put it in the same size cup because it doesn't need to change too much. And honestly, the soil is fine, so I think I'm gonna mainly keep the same soil. It looks like it's doing good, and look at these roots! And that's all we're doing for that one because it looks like it's doing pretty good. Campaign reigns syngonium. So I'm gonna keep this in there, but I'm gonna hide it a little bit. Look how pretty. It has pink spots. It's really pretty. Look at that. That's so pretty. Somewhere to put it, but for now I'm just gonna keep it in this cup. It fits so perfect. I'm just gonna water it and put it on the shelf and let it grow a bit. Okay, next I have this rattlesnake calathea, I believe. She is really pretty, but she's very dry, and calatheas are already difficult enough. So the fact that it's even still alive for me makes me appreciate this plant, specifically this specific plant. I really have so much to do. It's funny because I was thinking, how am I gonna make a video plant maintenance? And then I realized I could make a 24-hour video of me doing plant maintenance because I have so much to do, so much all the time. But it's kind of fun. Really thankful that I found the plant community. You are awesome. I'm just gonna do a simple pot, something like very simple, and water it. Hopefully it'll take in the water. Nope, it's not. Okay. I mean, I guess it kind of did, but. That's why you get one of these. I seen this, I think her name's Crystal. She is also a plant YouTuber, and I watch her videos sometimes. She told me about this. This is like a boot mat from IKEA, and it's like a solid tray. It's not flimsy like the other ones. It has a little bit of height to it, so it will hold in water or whatever. And it's easy to clean, it's easy to rinse off. I really like these. And it's only like $2, so it's pretty cool, I've been using it, and since I got it, I've been constantly using it as my go-to. Well, and now I have water on my mat, so I'm going to rinse this off real quick. Ta-da! I feel like I haven't done enough plant maintenance. I've been having too much fun. I'm now going to be doing something interesting. So I have this. I believe this is a Angeling Begonia Stella. It is beautiful. It has flowers for me all the time. Look at the flowers all the time. But sometimes you have too many flowers when they keep falling off your plant. So I'm going to cut the flowers off. This begonia is so pretty, but my problem is I haven't watered it. I planned to originally chop it up, but I don't know. I think what I'm going to do, look at some of the new leaves. Look how pretty that is. I don't know if it'll focus, but this is so pretty. It's so much prettier than the last leaves, which is not to be expected, you know? Maybe because it's in much higher light now, but so I think I'm gonna leave it. It's a pretty plant. I'm gonna leave it there. I just want to show you this. This is a Begonia Verona, and kind of like the Looking Glass, it looked bad. You can see how pretty it is. It looked so bad. I thought it was like it was on the deathbed. It had one leaf for a while, and I just seen it and I looked at it and I was like, wow, it's grown so much. It's so pretty. So I'm really excited about this. It actually looks kind of full. Look at all these pretty flowers. I really like the Begonia Stella. I don't think there's a single week where it doesn't have flowers. It's just such a pretty Angeling begonia. Here we go. I have some big plants now that we're going to do maintenance on. These were some of the plants that were most infected by the spider mites. So these plants are really pretty, really stunning. My problem is I have them in my closet, which I have grow lights in. Sometimes I turn off the lights in my closet to kind of give them a rest. What I probably need to do is get a timer, an outlet with a timer on it. That would be much better for them, but sometimes I just turn it off for whatever reason, and then I forget to turn it back on. So that's what happened. These plants need a little bit of love. I'm gonna cut off this leaf. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut this one off because it's pretty much dying and I just want to get rid of it. So I'm just gonna cut off the brown parts. I feel better about the plant when it doesn't have the brown parts on it, but that doesn't mean I'm not using my scissors to take it off. Trust me, no one's plants are perfect. It's kind of the beauty of plants is that they're all different. And yeah, we're gonna just cut it off. And yeah, this one's definitely been doing a lot worse than its sister. This has some brown on it too. This was so pretty. I'm kind of bummed because this was the newest leaf and it was so pretty, but I forgot to turn the light back on, my grow lights back on, and it browned. Like, continuing to put out leaves like that, which I love, I'm here for. That's exactly what I wanted from this plant. Ta-da! Maybe someday I'll combine these and I'll have a big Thai constellation. That's beautiful. But for now, we're happy with the journey. Next, we have another Thai constellation. And look at the new leaf. I just have to show you. I just seen this today. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's so cool because look how pretty it is. I originally got this from Walmart for $20. It's grown a lot, as you can see. Very pretty. And I think there's like another, yeah, it looks like there's actually 2 Thai constellations in here, but this one's still a baby. But it recently put out this leaf, which is still unfurling, and I'm excited for it to get big. And honestly, I kind of like it better when there's just a 25% variegated because they tend to be a little bit more kind. I don't have as much to do on this one, but I'm gonna pull off this yellow piece. I think I cut off a piece before. The reason why I am so excited about this leaf is because this was the leaf before it, and it's still pretty, but there's not a ton of variegation. And also, I think the big reason is I didn't have the fenestrations on this side of the leaf, so it almost, I guess it was more mature than the previous leaf, but this is gorgeous. This is like the dream leaf. Okay, so this is now one of my biggest plants I have. Started out like baby plants, and now it's actually pretty cool. Okay. Oh, so this is my pothos tower. I'm excited. I am excited. I would like to say that it is officially fall. I have 7 different kinds of pothos growing in this. I started it from a bunch of cuttings from my pothos, and I thought it would be a really cool way to use a moss pole. It's all the way around pothos. You can see these are my dragon tail pothos. They grow so quickly. They're a bit leggy, but I don't mind. Honestly. I don't mind leggy plants, as long as they grow for me. So I am gonna cut off the dead plants. I just want it to look nicer. I know they should fall off on their own, but I've been patient and I just want them gone. This was one of my other biggest problems for spider mites. It's so cool to see because if you look a bit closer, you can kind of see some of the leaves. Like this leaf is pretty big for a pothos. Usually my leaves aren't that big. My neon green is getting bigger, it's climbing. You can kind of see, oh cool. You can kind of see this. This is a green global pothos. I should probably get closer. This is getting bigger for sure, at least this leaf. I think actually what I'm gonna do, and I wasn't expecting to do this, but I think some of these like longer vines I'm gonna go ahead and cut because they're just outpacing this by so much. So this is one of my fall plant decorations, which I like decorating my plants, but it's kind of fun. It's a little scarecrow from the Dollar Tree. It's a girly pop scarecrow. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these vines. Hopefully I can have them dangling down my wall because they're actually quite long. They'll grow back. See, look how long that is. That's a decent cut. Some of them are pretty leggy, but I don't mind that, especially for the purpose. It'll probably be a good thing. This moss stays really moist when you do the saran wrap. I think I'm done with this for now. I'm gonna keep it in its spot. Okay, so now I think I'm gonna go ahead and take these vines and start a new plant. And let's start off with rooting these. And I'm not all about making the perfect plant. I'm about making plants that I can enjoy. So I'm gonna do that. Ta-da! I got this at PlantCon. This was my second choice for my plant. And it's just a little, I've seen these all the time, but it's just a little like bulb, I guess, with cork to kind of keep the plant in. I don't know if it'll work very well because it's kind of thin, but I guess once it roots it will. It looks like it's working pretty well. We got all the nodes in there and it's staying in place, and it's actually really cute. It's a lot cuter than I was expecting, and I'm excited that I get to use this now. It's like the golden hour for my plant shelf, I guess. I want to introduce you my helper. This is Ruby. She's having a little cozy plant day too. So I have a goal and I need your help. I have had a goal for a while to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'm currently at 966 subscribers. So I am so close. I only need 34 more subscribers. So if you watch my videos and you'd like to help me out, please subscribe. I'm very excited. Let's get back into the plant maintenance. I think I'm going to kind of go plant by plant and check on some of them. I'm going to leave that plant alone. I don't like to touch it if I can avoid it. I have this really cute Euphorbia trigonia royal red. This is probably like the only cactus I really like. It is so pretty. Maybe someday I'll get into cactus, but for now, I'm gonna stick with the other plants. I have this alocasia black velvet. Alocasias are notorious for having spider mites. I think that's what originally brought in the spider mites, is getting alocasias. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out of the leca, and you can see how pretty the roots are on this. It's so small, so tiny. She's still alive. I have 2 alocasias here. I am moving towards using a lot of leca, and I don't know, I'm just kind of experimenting. This has been doing, the roots have been doing really well in the leca, so I think I'm going to continue it in leca. So I'll put them in here and fill it up. Alocasias don't really like to be replanted, but they'll be okay. And I'm going to put a cup of water in here to hydrate it and to help it get going. It'll work pretty well, I think. Maybe even, I'm thinking, I have a thought. I really like this container, actually. It used to be just like something you'd hold like makeup brushes, and it actually had a canister. It was really pretty. But then I started getting into plants, and now it's winter. So I'm gonna go ahead and potentially put more alocasias in there later, and then it can be like an alocasia bouquet. This is a very tiny asparagus fern that I originally got for a terrarium build. Usually I do not do well with ferns, so I'm gonna go ahead and water this. It does like to stay quite moist, and I think I'm gonna keep this for a lower shelf. I think this would be such a cool container, pot, etc. for a trailing plant. So we're gonna keep that for something else. I have a snake plant that I'm gonna leave up there. It's quite dry, so I'm gonna cut out some of the pieces that are dead. There's some new leaves though that look really good. I'm gonna cut off some of the crispy edges, hopefully to help it a little bit, but this is the plant. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous, and she hasn't died. You can see some new leaves too. Like, some of the new leaves look pretty healthy. And last on that shelf, the top shelf, is this. I keep forgetting to water it. Again, look at the leca has saved me. Once again, having leca at the bottom, you can see, I'll bring this closer. You can see the leca has saved me once again. You can see how good leca at the bottom of the pot is working for me. You can see how healthy those roots look, and I'm so happy about it because it saves my butt with this stuff. Look how pretty this plant is. It's been putting out amazing growth for me. I'm gonna water it, and every time I water this plant, I water it a bit extra so the water seeps down to the bottom. Gives me a little bit more time between waterings, especially when I have things on the top shelf. Next, let's go to this shelf, and I don't have any maintenance to do to this plant, but I kind of honestly just want to show it off a bit. This is, I believe this is an Anthurium silver blush. This is my favorite plant right now. The veining is so pretty and it sparkles. I got this at PlantCon as well from another vendor at the end. This is my new favorite plant. I don't know. Maybe I'll be an Anthurium girl soon enough. This is so pretty. I've had this on my Pinterest board for a while, and I picked it up pretty inexpensively. So I'm so excited about this. It's so pretty. This is the newest leaf. Close to the size of my face, which is really cool. Quite a few Anthuriums that are coming so I can kind of get a sense of anthuriums. The excitement I had towards begonias when I first got them, I have that excitement again. Next, I have, this is a dragontail pothos. It is like a slightly mature version, and I'm pretty excited. But she's pretty. She's actually getting quite big, because, you know, it started as a tiny one, and she's getting quite big. I'm gonna be doing like a little hydrogen peroxide water soak on this one. You don't need a lot, so I'm gonna let that do its thing. It's getting quite long, that's cool. I think I might switch out the pot though. This one's okay, but it's a big plant now in a small pot, and it doesn't really have any water reserve for it, so I think I'm gonna switch it out. So I'm gonna put it in this pot. I have about an inch worth of leca in here, and it'll kind of act as like a system to, be kind of self-watering planter. So I'm gonna do that. This is a propagation. I'm not really sure why I propagated it, but I did. Pothos water is almost like a rooting agent that helps things root. I pour this all into this, which I'm trying to root, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this propagation in here too. So it's one less thing. I also have this variety pothos. She's doing well. I don't really think there's anything I need to do. So I'm gonna leave it alone. It looks like it has enough water. This plant is also doing relatively well, so I'm not gonna mess with it. But it is in a really cool planter. This is a sad plant. This is a very sad plant. This is a Swiss cheese plant, Monstera adansonii, that looks so sad compared to like a couple months ago. This one is feeling the neglect. But we're not done. I'm gonna cut off some of the bad leaves. I just want to start fresh. I'm almost tempted to put this on the top shelf because it doesn't get much light like on the top, but I have a lot of new growth. So maybe that can help make up for some of the plant that I am like losing now. So I think I'm gonna put this one on the top shelf now, maybe in the corner. I'm in my pajamas. Hopefully that plant is happy. We're happy now. Now we have this plant, this shelf, and this shelf is a bit chaotic. I have a lot of plants. This is a Maranta. It is also a Calathea. It has seen better days, but it's not doing terrible. I'm just gonna cut off this yellow leaf, be done with it. She's watered and ready to go. Let's start on this shelf now. So I have, this is a new plant of mine, so I will show it to you. I got this at PlantCon. Someone gave it to me. They're amazing. They were my PlantCon neighbors, and they literally made my whole experience in New York. These look so pretty when they're big, so I'm so excited for it to get bigger. I have this cute little ghost fall decoration for my plants. It's very spooky. I decorated my plant shelf when I did my plant lo-fi video. If you haven't seen that, you should definitely check it out. I'm moving on to another Monstera adansonii that I have. This is one of my first plant pots I've ever had. I got it given to me by my mom. I had a pothos plant in here for a while, and that was my first pothos. I killed it. I thought I would never get a pothos again. I got another pothos, and the rest is history. Just gonna take off some of the dead leaves. And I'll check out the bottom. It looks pretty good. The roots look really good. It's really loving this pot. Okay, I have another pothos plant. I have kept this in water for a couple of months. I think it's doing okay. Use this instead. There we go. So I'm gonna fill this up with water and a bit of the pothos water from before. And now we're already at the bottom shelf. We're moving. This is a Cebu blue pothos. It has been doing so good. I haven't repotted this. It's in, look how tiny it is. It's so tiny. I believe this is a blue oil fern. I'm gonna replant this. This needs it. I have a soil mix down here, and I'm just gonna use this cup. Kind of put a little bit in here. It's cocoa coir, vermiculite, and perlite. And I'm going to take out this beautiful plant and just set it in here and fill in the gaps. Yeah, this is gonna work so much better. I think I'm gonna use this cute pink one. It's kind of fun, kind of cute. Yeah, she looks so much better and she's so cute. So I have my pink princess down there. I'm not gonna touch it, I'm not messing with it. I'm gonna water it. My Aurora plant, and she's so pretty. And I finally have a spot that she's happy in, so I am not moving her. I forgot about this plant. I washed the pot. I'm going to put it on the bottom shelf. Honestly, it's exactly where it was before. It's been doing good though. Ta-da! My plant shelf is beautiful, and it's taken care of, and everything is good enough for now. I have a lot of cleanup to do, and I'm getting tired. It's been a couple hours. I think I'm gonna end it here, but I still have so much plant maintenance to do. Like, look, dead leaf. It happens. This is like real life. If you would like to see another video of me doing plant maintenance, I would love to show you another video. Thank you if you've watched this far. You are amazing. I don't even know what to say. If you've like actually listened to me this long, you are so cool and you're so amazing, and I really, really appreciate you watching. It's kind of like unimaginable. It's really like, I can't even imagine like someone actually watching or listening to this video for this long. I know this is gonna be a long video. It just means so much to me. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Ruby has enjoyed being in this video. Thank you so much. Remember, you are loved, and I hope to see you on another video.